Aloha from Maui. This is Lady Nanari, Princess of the Sea, coming to you with a special video. So I wanted to share with you some wisdom from my life and also from the Akasha this day. I'm kind of piggybacking on what I done yesterday of the Akasha through the Tarot. Yesterday, something was brought to my attention, and it ignited something. Although the situation was a difficult one, it ignited a blessing. And my wisdom to you this day is to remember and appreciate the blessings, even within such that happens in your life that seems to be nay good. So I'm not going to go into like specifics. However, what I will say is that what occurred yesterday is something was brought to my attention of something that someone had said about me. Now, my life has always been evolved around who I am is not what other people think of me. And I very much stay in that place of being very encapsulated in source and confident in who I am and who I'm here to be and what I'm here to do, and in terms of service to humanity. And confirmation, my notification just came through and probably came through in the video. So in that light, when this was brought to my attention, this person shared some information with me, and one of the things that came up was, oh, my name is naive and what I say it is. And several things came to me with that. It is very well known, if you go look on my YouTube page, I have spoken about this in many of my videos over the many years. I have been utilizing my spiritual name for many a year, even before the walk-in process of 2003, 2004. I was ridiculed and teased because of it. And so somewhat kept it to myself and then utilized it in channelings as Nanari was coming through me from source during the walk-in process and what have you. Yet beyond that, I have been utilizing it for many a year. Now, my first and second books, as I have stated in my YouTube videos before, are still published under my earthly name. I have yet to remove them and put them up under my my name, which I legally changed, by the way, many years gone now. And it was when I was in America, I changed it and went through the legal process. I was in Washington State at the time I did it, so I have the legal paperwork. And there are many in the LGBT community. There are even music artists like Prince, who was formerly known as Prince with a symbol. People change their names reflecting where they are at in their path. And for me, my earthly name, even though I utilized it on my two books, my first two books that I published, I never resonated with it. It is something that was a source of deep pain and a deep ridicule and deep abuse from the time I was wee. And from a soulful perspective, whilst I chose it, I know I chose it with the soul agreement of changing it into my soul name, as I have done. And so for this person, who I'm pretty sure I know who wrote to this other person and divulged certain things, I understand that they're very wounded to do what they've done, and other accusations and lies that were shared about me, which I was nay given complete privy to. However, I'm sure I have people who revere me and I have people that hate me. That just goes with being out in the public eye. Having said that, I did change my name legally to my soul name many years gone, and I do have status as Lady Nanari, Princess of the Sea, due to, and it is on my website, as to why I am called that. I do have several wee pieces of land at home on a nature reserve in Scotland. And I have done videos on this as well as things on my social media about this over the years and how this all came about. And it's on my website as well. And I've always been in integrity and straightforward and honest about that as to how that came about. And so it was very interesting because at first, the earthly part of me was hurt and saddened by this person making these accusations. And understanding that I I know I know who I am, and I reside in that place. What saddened me more, and is actually the blessing that came from it, was several things. One, those who have been with me for many a year understand who I am and get me. And they understand where I come from. And this isn't necessarily an issue. What it also brought to light for me was something that I have said off and on through the year, but I've not necessarily made um, an actual statement to the universe as of recent. And that is the fact of the blessing of what has come. So, to the haters who want to accuse me of this, that, or what have you, or have things to say about my situation with my twin soul, all you have to do is look on social media recently. He and I are knit together in terms of a relationship at the present moment. And yet we are still connected, we still converse, we're still very close. And if you look on social media, he just recently bought my deck, my tarot deck that I launched physically, and on the app, he bought it off the app, and he actually put that he really loved it on my social media post. So although we're knit together, what this has birthed, and in our text conversations in the wee hours last evening, it has birthed something in me that has been there for the last 15 plus years since he awoke me to this, is that I was in that place of being the love and light in the world, and I still am. I still, source is always first in my life, and I am desiring and know that my soul agreement and that source is guiding me, God is guiding me to be with a man who is also in that same vein. And this is what had come up, is that I am thrusted more in a divine masculine role of having to be out there more, for many reasons, financially and otherwise, to be able to take care of myself when I really am desiring to be in union with a man who is in alignment with me spiritually and the work that I do and the work that he does, and that we do such together in co-creation, and that we take care of each other financially, so that I don't have to be thrusted into the public eye where there is this sense of hate that comes about. And this sense of it being a catalyst. So I bless this catalyst, and I say to the hater and haters who have tried to derail who I am and how I assist humanity, all I have to do is look at the people whose lives I've touched. And a video that I did back, I think it was in 2018. I have been through so much, and if you go look at my YouTube and see this video, it's called Story Time. And you can look on YouTube or you can look on Facebook. I have it up there. And I speak about some of the things that I have been through in my life in that video, and how I went through a mini depression when I went through the death in 2016 that I did, and healing from cancer, and that I didn't want to be here on earth. And I had a split moment when this happened last evening. As I was driving, I have a convertible, and some of you saw my posts about that and what have you, that happened with my other convertible and how I've gotten the one that I have now. And with it, I have a really high car payment, something I've never had before. And I have very high rent here where I live. And So normally what I love to do is I put my top down and I drive where I'm going, whether it's to work or to mentor somebody or what have you. And I went to do this as I left work yesterday to go have tea with the woman who I mentor. And I had the radio on, and normally I'll sing with the radio. I was silent because I was in such a sadness. And I had a flashback of 2016 during that moment. And I had that split moment of, I am so done and so tired, so weary of people who have harmed me, abused me, that I didn't want to be on this planet anymore. And I had to work myself through that sadness last evening and come to be okay with it. And the blessing is the interaction that I had with my twin soul, because he had texted me and said, you know, I have people who hate on me all the time as well. Because I had texted him in the late hours and told him about what had happened. And honestly, I didn't even expect a text back from him because it was so late his time, as we're 3 hours behind home there in BC. And he actually took the time to text me, and I was very appreciative of it. And it meant a lot to me. And in his text, he said, in essence, in encapsulation of what I had done of the video I did, which is why I'm sharing this in this video now, and the video that I done at the shop when I was at work yesterday, talking about moving into who you are, remembering who you are, and although the thistle is a thorn in your side, and if you've not seen that video, I invite you to go see my video from yesterday of the Akasha through the Tarot that I did. Having said that, he sent me a text basically encapsulating that without even seeing my video. And in his text, he had said, if you feel angry or threatened by what this person did, that's okay. He was giving me that permission to feel as I was feeling. And I texted him back and was able to get in clarity in what I need to share with all of you. Of when something happens in your life, as I shared in that video called Story Time, in which I have been through being sex trafficked, I've been raped, I've been through abuse, I have been through sexually being assaulted. I've been through so much in my life. And yet each moment it has been an opportunity to either be the very thing that was perpetrated on me, or to go the other route and to see the blessing in it and to see the compassion for the person who is harming me. Not excusing their behavior, but at least having understanding and love and compassion. And so what came through me and what I texted him is I texted him and I said to him, in essence, I'm not feeling angry necessarily over what happened or this person doing this, nor do I feel threatened. What I feel is sad. I feel deeply sad. And the reason that I feel deeply sad is twofold. One, that someone feels so wounded within them to hate on me and to harm me as they have done. And I have compassion for them. And then the other sadness is because to me, this helped me to get clear, and I shared with my twin soul. And whether it's him, and we finally, after 15 plus years, move into that place of a relationship, because there was always deep healing that needed to be done, and it was kind of like right person, wrong time. Or if another man is meant to come into my life, I'm okay with that as well. I do have a soul agreement to be in union with my twin soul. I do have a soul agreement, though, also to be in union with a man who is spiritually aligned with me, who is able to take on the financial burden, and like the chivalrous times of yore. And this is what I said to my twin soul. I miss those chivalrous times of yore. There are those men, divine masculine men, who are out there who are willing to move into their role, and not because society has taught us, but it's who we are innately wired to be as the divine feminine goddess. I'm meant to be able to shine in that freedom and walk upon the earth so as nay to be harmed, and to have a divine masculine man who is there to protect me, as the Cherokee proverb says. And to be able to have that financial freedom where it's not nay always on me to be so in that divine masculine role where I can assist humanity freely without this heavy burden that's on me. And so I am putting that out into the universe today to say to you, anytime you have something that happens in your life, if it's something heinous, to something like what happened to me yesterday afternoon, utilize it in a place of appreciation. Have those moments where you feel sad or angry or whatever. Feel it and heal it, and then come into that place of understanding the catalyst and the gift and the blessing that it is, whether it's a breakup from a relationship, whether it is something like what happened to me yesterday, whatever it is, see it for the blessing and what it's calling you to become clear upon with Source, with the universe, in alignment with your Akasha and your soul agreement, so that you may live your fullest and best self with a capital S of your soul. So this is my invitation to you this day. May this bless you, and may also humanity also be blessed in the sense of being free from being so overly sensitive or overly attacking and harming people for changing their name and moving into their soul and their purpose, where a previous name may have caused much pain and they've healed from that, or that they've chosen a different path in life than other than you. And to just be open to the blessings and to embrace humanity wherever they're at. I send this to you in the deepest of love and deepest aloha. Much aloha to you from Maui.